For seniors, just one severe nighttime leg cramp can rob up to 10% of your muscle strength, and in some cases, that strength never fully comes back. These aren't harmless aches. They're violent muscle contractions that can rip you out of sleep, leave you clutching your leg in agony, and make even walking across the room feel impossible for days. They don't just strike at night. They can hit while climbing stairs, bending to tie your shoes, or even during a light walk. Yes, dehydration, poor circulation, and nutrient gaps all play a role. But aging makes these cramps more frequent, more severe, and far harder to recover from. But here's the part most people don't know. The right fruits can act like a daily shield for your muscles. Packed with potassium, magnesium, vitamin C, and powerful antioxidants, they help keep muscles hydrated, flexible, and cramp-free. In today's video, we'll count down the 7 fruits every senior should eat to prevent leg cramps, build stronger muscles, and keep moving with confidence. Let's begin. Let's kick off the countdown at number 7 with a fruit you might not expect, papaya. Now, when was the last time you ate one? Maybe it's been years, but if leg cramps are keeping you up or slowing you down, papaya might be the missing piece in your diet. This tropical fruit doesn't just taste refreshing, it goes deeper, working on issues most seniors don't even realize are connected to muscle pain. For starters, papaya contains an enzyme called papain. It helps your body digest proteins better, which sounds unrelated until you realize that poor digestion can lead to bloating and abdominal tension, pressure that can trigger or worsen leg cramps, especially during the night. If you've ever woken up with both a cramp and stomach discomfort, there's likely a link. But digestion is just the beginning. Papayas are loaded with vitamin C, potassium, and magnesium, 3 nutrients your muscles need more of as you age. As your body gets older, it becomes less efficient at holding on to these minerals. The result? Muscles that are stiff, dehydrated, and more likely to spasm. Potassium helps your muscles contract smoothly and stay hydrated. Magnesium helps them relax after movement. And vitamin C? It rebuilds muscle tissue, supports collagen, and fights inflammation. Imagine all that in just a few slices of fruit. Here's something else. Papaya is rich in antioxidants. These compounds fight oxidative stress, a major factor in muscle fatigue. If you've ever felt sore or weak after even mild activity like climbing stairs or gardening, oxidative stress could be silently working against you. By eating papaya regularly, you're giving your body the tools to push back. Still unsure? Ask yourself this. Would you rather take another supplement or enjoy something naturally sweet that also protects your muscles and improves digestion? Papayas can be added to smoothies, eaten fresh, or even blended into a light post-dinner dessert. Now, if inflammation is something you've been dealing with, especially after walking or standing for long periods, then you'll want to stick around for fruit number 6. It's known for soothing sore muscles in a way few other foods can. Let's keep going. At number 6, let's talk about cherries. You've probably enjoyed them in pies or seen them on top of desserts, but did you know that cherries, especially tart cherries, are one of the most powerful fruits for muscle recovery? This might surprise you, but if you're someone who feels stiff after a walk, sore after a bit of gardening, or even achy from standing too long, cherries could be exactly what your muscles are craving. Here's why. Cherries are loaded with compounds called anthocyanins, natural anti-inflammatory agents that help reduce swelling and soreness in muscle tissue. That tightness you sometimes feel in your calves or thighs after activity, that's inflammation, and over time it can make cramps more likely and recovery slower. Tart cherry juice, in particular, has been studied for its effect on muscle soreness after exercise, and the results are impressive. Seniors who consumed tart cherry juice reported less stiffness, fewer cramps, and quicker recovery times. Imagine going for a long walk and not dreading the pain that follows the next day. Wouldn't that make staying active so much easier? But that's not all. Cherries also contain melatonin, the same hormone your body uses to regulate sleep. And as you know, quality sleep is essential for muscle repair. If your legs tend to cramp at night, interrupting your rest, adding cherries to your evening routine might help relax your muscles while also helping you fall asleep faster. Better sleep, less pain, and smoother movement during the day. Isn't that the goal? You might be wondering, how many cherries do I need? Just a handful a day or a small glass of tart cherry juice in the evening is often enough to start seeing benefits. It's simple, natural, and tastes great too. So let me ask you this. What would your day look like if your legs didn't feel heavy or sore? What would it mean to get out of bed without hesitation or walk a little farther with confidence? That's what cherries can help you work toward. Now, while cherries calm inflammation, the next fruit on our list does something just as important. It floods your muscles with hydration from the inside out, and it might be the juiciest fruit on this list. Curious? You'll want to see what's coming up at number 5. Number 5 is one of the most hydrating fruits you'll ever eat, and if you've ever had a cramp strike after being outside in the heat or doing something simple like watering your plants, this one's for you. It's watermelon. Yes, the fruit you probably associate with summer picnics can actually play a big role in stopping those painful mid-leg spasms that hit without warning. Why watermelon? First off, it's made up of over 90% water. That means with every juicy bite, you're helping your body replenish fluid at the cellular level. And here's something many people forget. Dehydration isn't just about feeling thirsty. As we age, our body becomes less efficient at signaling thirst, and that silent dehydration can trigger cramps, especially at night. If you're someone who doesn't drink enough water or doesn't feel thirsty until it's too late, your muscles could be paying the price. Watermelon helps close that gap, but hydration is just part of the story. Watermelon also contains an amino acid called citrulline. This nutrient helps open up blood vessels and improve circulation. If you've ever felt like your legs fall asleep easily or get heavy and tight after walking, poor circulation might be involved. Citrulline helps blood and all those muscle-supporting nutrients flow more easily to your tissues. And better blood flow means less stiffness, better recovery, and fewer spasms. Let's not forget the potassium content either. Just like bananas, watermelon has enough potassium to support smooth muscle contractions and reduce the chances of random spasms while you're resting or moving. Combine that with vitamin C and antioxidants, and watermelon becomes a powerhouse for muscle support. Now think about this. What if eating a few slices of watermelon in the afternoon could reduce your nighttime cramps? Would you give it a try? It's refreshing, easy on the stomach, and especially helpful during hot months when cramping tends to spike. If dehydration has been quietly contributing to your discomfort, watermelon might be the tastiest solution you've overlooked. But if you're someone who also struggles with muscle tension or restless legs, the next fruit on our list delivers something you need even more: magnesium. Let's see what fruit number 4 brings to the table. Coming in at number 4 is a fruit that's small, fuzzy, and often underestimated: kiwi. If you've ever dealt with tight calves after walking, or muscles that just won't seem to fully relax, this might be the fruit your body's quietly asking for. Because while kiwi may be tiny, it's absolutely packed with magnesium, and that makes all the difference when it comes to stopping cramps before they start. Magnesium is essential for helping your muscles contract and, more importantly, relax. And that second part is key. Many seniors experience cramps not because they're overworking their muscles, but because their muscles can't let go. Magnesium helps ease that tension. But here's the catch. As you age, your body becomes less efficient at absorbing and holding on to magnesium. That means even if you're eating a decent diet, you could still be running low, and your legs might be the first place that problem shows up. Kiwi steps in here in a big way. Just one fruit can provide a solid portion of your daily magnesium needs, and it does it with zero fuss. No pills, no powders, just real food. And it's not just magnesium. Kiwi is also loaded with vitamin C, another powerhouse for muscle health. Vitamin C helps your body produce collagen, the protein that keeps your muscles, tendons, and ligaments strong and elastic. If you've noticed more stiffness lately or you're taking longer to bounce back after even light activity, that elasticity might be fading, and Kiwi can help restore it. Plus, Kiwi supports digestion, which is often overlooked but hugely important. A sluggish gut can make it harder for your body to absorb those muscle-saving nutrients in the first place. With its natural fiber, Kiwi helps keep everything moving, which means better absorption, better hydration, and more resilient muscles overall. So let me ask you, when was the last time you added Kiwi to your breakfast or tossed a few slices into your salad? It's a simple change that could reduce the tension in your legs and help your body recover faster after even small bursts of activity. Now, if you think Kiwi is impressive, wait until you see what's coming up next. Fruit number 3 is the one most people already have at home, but they're not using it for muscle health. Let's change that. Number 3 is probably sitting in your kitchen right now, and chances are you've never thought of it as a muscle protector. It's sweet, juicy, and most people reach for it when they're feeling a cold coming on. Yes, we're talking about oranges. But here's the twist. While oranges are famous for supporting your immune system, they might be even more powerful when it comes to preventing leg cramps. Think about this. Have you ever felt your legs heavy or weak after walking upstairs? Or maybe your calves tighten up when you sit too long? That could be a sign of poor circulation. As we age, our blood vessels become less efficient, and the muscles don't get the oxygen and nutrients they need. This is where oranges step in. They're packed with vitamin C, and vitamin C isn't just about fighting off colds. It plays a critical role in building collagen, the protein that keeps your muscles, tendons, and blood vessels strong and elastic. And stronger blood vessels mean better circulation, which means fewer cramps. There's more. A major study involving over 13,000 adults found that people with higher vitamin C intake had more muscle mass and better strength. That's not a small effect. That's the kind of result that changes how you move, how you sleep, and how confident you feel in your body. And oranges also help you stay hydrated, something many seniors struggle with. The high water content supports fluid balance in your muscles, reducing the risk of sudden contractions in the middle of the night or during light movement. And here's something you might not know. Vitamin C is also a powerful antioxidant, protecting your muscles from oxidative stress, which builds up when the body's been overworked or undernourished. If you felt sore for longer than usual after basic activities, or if you're still recovering from a cramp days later, oxidative stress could be to blame. So let me ask, have you been thinking of oranges as just a snack, or as part of your strategy for stronger, cramp-free muscles? Maybe it's time to see them differently. A simple orange in the morning or a splash of fresh juice in the afternoon might be more than just refreshing. It might be exactly what your legs need. And now that we've seen what vitamin C can do, let's turn to a fruit that's world famous for one reason: potassium. If you haven't guessed it already, fruit number 2 is coming up. And it's one you've probably eaten your whole life, but maybe not with the muscle-saving mindset you'll have after this. Let's keep going. Number 2 is the go-to fruit when most people think of leg cramps, and for good reason. It's the classic yellow banana. But let's slow down for a second, because even though bananas get a lot of credit, you might not know just how deep their benefits really go, especially for seniors. If you've ever felt your muscles spasm during the night or twitch unexpectedly while relaxing, bananas may be exactly what your body's missing. What makes bananas so powerful? It starts with potassium. Your muscles rely on potassium to contract and relax properly, and when your levels drop, even just a little, it can trigger those painful spasms that hit without warning. And here's the thing, aging naturally lowers potassium levels in your cells. You could be eating the same as always, but your body just isn't holding on to it like it used to. That's why bananas can be so helpful. They deliver a quick and easy potassium boost in a form your body can actually use. But potassium isn't the whole story. Bananas are also a solid source of vitamin B6, a lesser-known nutrient that plays a huge role in nerve communication. Why does that matter? Because your nerves are what tell your muscles when to move and when to stop. If that signal is weak or delayed, you end up with misfires, twitches, cramps, stiffness. Sound familiar? B6 helps smooth that communication so your muscles aren't just reacting. They're responding the way they should. Now let's talk real life. Bananas are portable, affordable, and they don't require prep. You can eat one in the morning before a walk, or have half of one before bed to reduce the chance of nighttime cramps. They digest easily, making them ideal if you've had trouble with heavier snacks. So if you've been waking up sore or finding that your legs just don't feel as stable lately, this could be one of the easiest daily changes you can make. And here's the question. Are you eating bananas occasionally, or are you using them strategically? Because once you start thinking of food as fuel for your muscles, everything shifts. Now, as great as bananas are, there's one last surprise waiting for you at the top of the list. Fruit number 1 isn't a single fruit. It's what happens when you bring several together. If you're ready for the simplest, most powerful muscle-supporting habit you can build, let's talk about it next. Here we are, fruit number 1. But this one's a little different. It's not about just one fruit. It's about what happens when you start combining them. Because the truth is, your body doesn't need one single fix. It needs a team. And that's exactly what a mixed fruit bowl or smoothie can become. A daily routine that delivers hydration, minerals, antioxidants, and muscle-supporting vitamins all at once. Think about it. One banana gives you potassium, sure. But toss in a few kiwi slices and now you've got magnesium and vitamin C in the mix. Add a handful of cherries. You've just brought in anti-inflammatory power and sleep support. Blend in a little papaya, a wedge of watermelon, a couple orange segments, and what do you have? You're not just snacking. You're building a system that works together to relax your muscles, repair tissue, support circulation, and reduce the risk of cramping, all without a single pill. And here's where it gets really practical. This isn't about making some fancy recipe or counting grams of nutrients. It's about tossing what you already have into a bowl or blending it up in a way that works for your body. Morning smoothie? Perfect. Light fruit bowl after dinner? Even better. You're fueling recovery while you rest. Some seniors report that once they started making fruit bowls part of their daily rhythm, even just 3 or 4 times a week, their nighttime cramps eased up, their legs felt stronger, and their energy improved. Not because of one magic food, but because they gave their body what it needed consistently. So ask yourself this: what's stopping you from trying it? You don't need to overhaul your entire diet or buy expensive supplements. You just need to pick 2 or 3 of the fruits you've learned about today and make them part of your routine. What would it feel like to go a full week without cramps? What if this one habit gave you better sleep, easier movement, and fewer moments spent rubbing your calves in pain? This isn't about a fruit bowl. It's about getting back to living on your own terms, with legs that can carry you confidently through each day. And now that you've got the full list, let's bring it all together. So let's bring it all full circle. Maybe it's 3 a.m. and you've just been yanked out of sleep by a stabbing cramp in your calf. You sit up, press your hand against the muscle, trying not to cry out, wondering why this keeps happening. Or maybe it's during the day. You're bending to tie your shoes or walking through the grocery store when it hits. That sudden grip, the freezing of movement, the breath you hold until it passes. You tell yourself it's part of getting older. But is it? What if you could turn that pattern around, not with prescriptions, not with guesswork, but with something as natural and familiar as fruit? What if, instead of dreading the night or hesitating to go on that afternoon walk, you could feel steady, supported, and confident in your body again? You've now got 7 powerful options. Papaya to support digestion and ease muscle tension. Cherries to fight inflammation and help you sleep deeper. Watermelon to hydrate every cell in your body. Kiwi to calm your muscles with magnesium. Oranges to boost circulation and keep tissues strong. Bananas to balance your electrolytes and support nerve function. And that final step, bringing them together into something consistent, delicious, and doable. This isn't about perfection. It's about starting small and choosing to support your muscles from the inside out. And honestly, doesn't that sound better than waiting for the next cramp to strike? Imagine sleeping through the night, waking up ready to stretch, to walk, to move without fear. That's not just possible, it's practical. So here's what I'd love for you to do. Try adding just one of these fruits into your daily routine starting today. Watch how your body responds. Track how your legs feel. Then add another. Build your bowl. Find your rhythm. Because stronger, healthier muscles aren't out of reach. They're already growing in your fridge. Now let me ask you, which fruit will you start with first? Leave a comment, share your story, and let's help more people feel the difference these simple choices can make. You deserve to move with ease, rest without fear, and enjoy every step forward. And before you click away, think about this. How many nights have you lost to cramps in just the past month? How many walks have you cut short because your legs felt tight or shaky? If you could cut those moments in half or maybe even stop them entirely, what would that give back to you? More time outside? More restful sleep? More confidence when you get up from your chair? You've got the tools now, and they're not complicated. You don't have to memorize nutrient charts or choke down another supplement. All you need to do is make space for these fruits in your everyday life. They're simple, they're available, and they're already proven to work with your body, not against it. And here's the loop we opened at the very start. Fruit number 3, the one that surprised my aunt? She started with just half an orange each morning and a few slices before bed. Within 2 weeks, she went from waking up 3 nights a week with cramps to sleeping through every night without a single spasm. That wasn't magic. That was consistent, natural nourishment. So now the question is yours. Will you keep hoping the cramps will go away on their own? Or will you take a small, deliberate step towards stronger, healthier muscles starting today? The next 24 hours could be the first night you sleep without being jolted awake. All it takes is that first bite.